Welcome back to another Ater video. Today I'm going over Ater TA and where I can see the price moving. Make sure to subscribe and like. This is mainly so I can document my work, my improvement. Let's get into it. And I do hold a position in Ater. Now, I've been seeing this pattern kind of playing out. I wanted to know if it would turn into a bearish pennant. And if you guys don't know what a bearish pennant is, a bearish pennant is when a stock trends down, or comes down, and kind of gets squeezed in between this triangle pattern, and then it pushes down again. So this is a kind of bearish pattern, but it doesn't matter because if you guys have been keeping up the content, I said that we could see a slight pullback. Now, we've lost this moving average. Every time we lose the moving average, we usually run down quite a bit, but don't be scared because this blue line down here is hugely explosive. Every time we touch it, we explode right through, right up. Like, see, you see these long wicks? We do not like being below here. We explode right back up, right back up. Now, the reason I was somewhat expecting this was now the MACD on the micro time frames, which I'll show you in a second, and also this gap fill right here. I mean, this gap that hasn't filled. Really, for this thing to like really start climbing its way back up, which I think it's going to do soon, it needs to have a solid like foundation, preferably like 90% of gap fills fill. And if we come over here on the chart, we can just look at this. Just look for gaps. See, look, there's a gap up here, and came back down and filled the gap, filled the space in between the two, and gap down here, and we filled it. It fills very oftenly, and it'll just be a lot more support if we could fill this gap. Now, there's not very strong support here, so I do see us coming back down to this blue line, maybe, which is about a 15% move down before we rip again. Now I'm going to show you why I think we're going to rip and why we won't see this price level again, but just be prepared. This is like a spring. Now, if I go to the daily, right, this is very important. You can see that the MACD is getting very, very close to a bullish cross. What did we get last time, a bullish cross? This is where we had our last bullish cross, and it ran huge, 220 something percent, 250%, something around that. If you don't believe me here, we can get, it's about 210%. 200% move, right? We are very close. We're coiling up even more and more. If you check yesterday's video, you can see that we were not as coiled up as this one. Now, the reason I still feel like there's downside is today was red. We were down 3.5%, yet these are still curling up closer, more bullishly. So it does show us that we could potentially see some downside, and the MACD could still look bullish on a macro scale. Now, if we change the viewing time frame, and I said this in my other one, said this in the 1 hour, it looked like it was going to cross for a bearish cross, so on a micro time frame, could be seeing a little bit of a drop, and it did. See right here, this is what I said to look out for, and we did get that bearish cross, and it brought us down. But if I go to like, let's just see, the 4 hour still hasn't crossed, which is, let's go to the 2 hour, right? The 2 hour is just beginning to cross, bearish cross. As you can see, this is a bullish cross, ran up, bearish cross, run down. It looks like on the more micro, because 2 hours is more micro than a day, which was what I was on previously for the huge run up. On a more micro scale, we could be seeing a little bit of downside, but keep in mind on the macro scale, which is this, we are pretty due for a rip. So that's all for this video. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Yeah, I've been quite accurate the last two videos. Let's see if I can keep this accuracy up. Thank you guys for watching, and that's it.